A young Russian woman named Sveta lives in a small apartment with her boyfriend, Boria. Having recently quit her job at a car showroom, she's now in the process of interviewing for a position at a multi-million-dollar robotics company. Her potential employer, Vadim Sergeyevich, is impressed by her intelligence and decides to hire her as a manager for the company's upcoming launch. Sveta is overjoyed and returns home beaming with excitement. But when she walks into the apartment, she finds her boyfriend Boria, a personal trainer and influencer, working out in their kitchen. Sveta senses something off about his behavior, but chooses not to say anything. Suddenly, a sound comes from the bathroom. Boria claims it's just a client, but his lie quickly falls apart when a young woman wrapped in only a towel steps out. Sveta stares at Boria with tear-filled eyes as he scrambles to offer excuses. She also notices a packet of contraception tucked on the floor, which he subtly tries to hide, but she doesn't call him out on it. Though it's clear Boria is cheating on her, Sveta is too emotionally tied to him to walk away. After the other woman leaves, Boria makes them breakfast, and an awkward silence hangs over the kitchen. Eventually, frustrated by Sveta's silence, he tells her to yell at him, to curse him, because he knows he deserves it. But Sveta continues to insist that everything is fine, which only pushes Boria further. He hands her a slipper, demanding that she hit him with it. When she refuses, things spiral. Boria starts banging his head against the refrigerator and then throws one of his dumbbells off the balcony. It crashes onto someone's car below, and the couple is called downstairs to take responsibility. Instead of owning up, Boria begins arguing with the car owner, despite it clearly being his fault. When Sveta steps in to de-escalate things, Boria abruptly announces that their relationship is over and storms off. Sveta is heartbroken. Her earlier joy disappears entirely, and she breaks down in tears. The next day marks her first day at the new job. Her coworker Vit walks her through the duties she'll be handling throughout the day. Her initial task is to unpack several human-like androids, sync them with their tablets, and retrieve their model numbers. Once the model number matches, Sveta must scan the barcode located behind each android's ear and send them to room 21 for diagnosis. These androids are so lifelike that it's nearly impossible to tell them apart from real humans. Each one has been given a distinct personality and a specialized skill, allowing customers to choose a model based on their personal needs. The first box Sveta opens contains a well-built fitness trainer. She carefully picks up the tablet placed next to him and syncs it with the android. As soon as the connection is established, his neck, which had been metallic until now, begins to transform, taking on the appearance of human skin. When the robot suddenly opens his eyes, Sveta jumps in surprise. Unsure of what to do next, she's relieved when the intelligent android guides her through the next steps. Following his instructions, she sends him off for evaluation. Next, she unpacks a box containing a stunning female model. This android is just as sharp and capable as the first. By the time she's working on her third box, Sveta has gotten the hang of the job and begins handling the tasks with ease. She successfully unpacks a chef, a political figure, a housemaid, and several other robots. But her skills are put to the test when she opens a box labeled Friend, and the android inside refuses to reveal his model number. He won't get up, claiming that he just had a terrible dream. Sveta suspects a malfunction and instructs him to go to the evacuation room, but he protests, saying he's scared, then suddenly hugs her. Sveta quickly calls Vit to report the unusual situation. At first, he's skeptical, but that changes the moment he sees the android for himself. After checking the system, Vit discovers that the Friend model has been flagged with error number 102. The robot is terrified that this defect could mean he'll be scrapped and replaced with a newer version. He begins to cry, lamenting how short his existence has been. Even through his tears, he compliments Sveta's beauty, unable to help himself since his programming is designed to be friendly and flirtatious. Their boss, Vadim Sergeyevich, is brought in to make a final decision. He suggests sending the defective android back to Japan, but Sveta challenges the idea. She proposes selling him at a discounted price instead of destroying him. Vadim Sergeyevich agrees to the compromise and instructs her to prepare all the androids for potential buyers. Soon after, the robots are placed on display platforms for an exhibition, giving the clients a chance to interact with them and decide which models to purchase. Sveta feels nervous, knowing she'll have to present the robots to the clients. She confides in a Friend model, telling him her confidence is low because her boyfriend just broke up with her. He reassures her, telling her she'll do great. Soon, a wealthy woman arrives in search of a suitable robot. Sveta introduces her to the friend. At first, the woman is skeptical about choosing him, but her attitude shifts once he showers her with compliments. However, as he tries harder to win her over, the friend begins to make oddly sexual remarks. Despite the awkwardness, the woman is charmed enough to ask Sveta to pack him up until she returns to collect him. Later, while Sveta is working on her computer, the friend approaches her and apologizes for his inappropriate jokes. He also thanked her for being such a great salesperson and praises her skills. As they talk, he casually suggests that she should purchase him so they can be friends forever. Sveta laughs and says he's way out of her price range. The friend then reveals that he made the inappropriate joke on purpose, because if he had been chosen, it would mean never seeing her again. He steps closer and kisses Sveta on the lips, but she quickly pulls away. They end the moment with an awkward hug before going their separate ways. The next day, the company hosts a runway show to showcase the robots. The event is a big success, and most of the units are quickly sold. By the end of the day, Vadim Sergeyevich is drunk and unable to drive himself home. Vit offers to give both Vadim Sergeyevich and Sveta a ride. During the drive, Vit casually invites Sveta to a concert that's happening in 4 months, making it clear he's developed feelings for her. The three of them sing songs together throughout the ride. When they arrive at Sveta's apartment, Vadim Sergeyevich insists on walking her up despite being drunk. He ends up falling asleep on the couch, so Sveta leaves him there and heads to bed. The next morning at work, Sveta is surprised to learn that the wealthy woman has already picked up the friend. Even though it's her first successful sale and she should feel proud, something doesn't sit right with her. Just then, she receives a message from a friend. It's a video he recorded, thanking her for being his friend, even if only for a single day. In the video message, the friend even recites a poem he wrote himself. Sveta is left completely smitten after hearing it. Unable to resist, she calls his owner under the pretense of checking in on his condition. The friend answers excitedly and tells her that his owner is making him wear an animal onesie. Before ending the call, he tells her that he misses her. The following day at work, the owner storms into the office, furious about the robot's behavior. The friend walks in behind her, stating that he no longer wants to stay with her. She forces him to wear ridiculous outfits and treats him like a servant, which wounds his pride. Vadim Sergeyevich apologizes to the woman and promises her a full refund. Furious, he turns on the friend, angry that his behavior has damaged the company's image. As Vadim hits the robot, Sveta steps in and stops him, announcing that she'll buy the friend herself. Over the next few days, she gathers the money, borrowing from her best friend Katia, her mother, and even taking out a loan from the bank. Eventually, she brings the friend home. That night, he sleeps on the floor beside her bed. As they talk, they decide on a name for him, Jaeger. The next morning, Sveta wakes up to the smell of a delicious breakfast that Jaeger has prepared for her. He sees her off to work and texts her throughout the day. The two gradually begin to fall in love. One evening, Sveta goes out to meet Katia, who's expecting her boyfriend to propose soon. Katia invites Sveta and Jaeger to her upcoming birthday party, asking Sveta to sit in the front row because she's confident the proposal will happen there. One day, while Jaeger is home alone, Boria walks in and questions who he is. Believing Boria to be an intruder, Jaeger punches him in the face. He effortlessly dodges all of Boria's counterattacks. Intrigued by Jaeger's unique demeanor, Boria challenges him to a pull-up competition and livestreams the event to his 1 million followers. Innocent and unaware of the implications, Jaeger agrees to the challenge. The live video quickly goes viral, and viewers begin pouring in. Sveta sees the video and rushes home, only to find a drunk Boria and Jaeger in front of her building. She powers Jaeger down and brings him back upstairs, furious that he spent time with her ex-boyfriend without her consent. Jaeger, clearly jealous, asks Sveta if she's still in love with Boria. Sveta recognizes how he feels, and the two share their first kiss. That evening, they attend Katia's birthday party and meet her there. When Katia's boyfriend invites her up to the stage, everyone expects a proposal, but it never comes. Frustrated, Katia loses her patience and demands the ring herself, embarrassing both of them in front of the entire crowd. Humiliated, she runs to the back room in tears, devastated by how the night turned out. Sveta follows after her, leaving Jaeger to wait nearby, while she goes to speak with Kadia's boyfriend. Meanwhile, Boria is also at the party, live streaming everything to his followers. Kadia's boyfriend confides in Sveta, revealing that he's actually gay, a confession that is accidentally heard by everyone watching Boria's live video on Instagram. Sveta and the boyfriend rush to find Kadia so they can tell her the truth, but they walk into a shocking scene. Kadia is performing a sexual favor on Jaeger. Enraged, Sveta loses control and swings a bottle at Kadia. Kadia dodges at the last moment, and the bottle ends up hitting Jaeger instead, breaking his jaw. Sveta takes him home and calls Vit to help repair the damage. Later, when she removes the bandage from Jaeger's face, she's stunned to see that Vit has changed his face entirely. Her day goes from bad to worse when she arrives at work and is fired on the spot due to the party video going viral online. Even as she's being dismissed, Sveta pleads for a new face for Jaeger, but Vadim Sergeyevich refuses. Desperate, she turns to Vit for help. That night, they sneak into the company's warehouse. They search through the boxes, trying to find a matching face model and eventually locate the one they need. But just as they're about to leave, they're caught. Vadim Sergeyevich has been watching them the whole time, lounging in bed with one of the model robots. He fires Vit for bringing Sveta into the facility, but allows them to keep the replacement face for Jaeger. On the ride back home, Sveta expresses guilt for getting Vit fired, but he reassures her that he'll find another job soon. Vit has fallen for Sveta, yet he knows they can't be together while Jaeger is in her life. After restoring Jaeger's original face, Sveta and the android settle into a blissful routine as a couple. They launch a family-style YouTube channel, and their unusual partnership quickly turns them into major influencers. During an Instagram live session, Jaeger gets down on one knee and proposes. Sveta, overjoyed, shouts yes and dances around the room. Soon after, Sveta walks down the aisle to marry the love of her life. The officiant is a strikingly attractive young woman. When she asks Jaeger if he takes Sveta as his wife, he ignores the prompt, flirtatiously compliments the pastor, and even asks for her phone number. Humiliated at her own wedding, Sveta bolts for home in tears. Jaeger races after her, insisting his behavior was a programming glitch, but Sveta is unconvinced. Sobbing, she demands to know why he hurt her. Jaeger snaps back, calling her a weakling. In that tense moment, Vit appears and explains the truth. Error 109 isn't a flaw at all. It's a built-in feature of every friend model, causing them to mirror the actions and attitudes of the first person who ever speaks to them. Jaeger has simply been reflecting on Sveta. He fooled around with Kadia because Sveta secretly wanted Kadia to move on from her boyfriend. Now he's shouting because Sveta is shouting. Realizing his presence can only cause her more pain, Jaeger hands Sveta the remote, asks her to power him down, and begs to be shipped back to Japan. They share one final kiss before she presses the button. 6 months later, Sveta wakes up to find Vit in her kitchen, lovingly making breakfast. He adores her more deeply than anyone ever has. While they eat, a message notification pops up, Jaeger's first contact since that night. Sveta retreats to the bathroom to watch the video. Jaeger stands in a Japanese warehouse, cheerful and at peace, saying he cherishes every memory they made together. He sings softly for her, and Sveta watches with a gentle smile.